So hair, our crowning glory, but we see it everywhere but on our head.
You're so right.
Especially as you start getting older. This is one of the biggest problems with aging, and I think a lot of women are facing this. That how do you keep your mane from really truly shining? So we're very lucky today. We've got Dr. Geetika Mittal with us, and she is dermatologist extraordinaire, and you can see her hair is stunning.
Thank you.
So please tell us first, what are the main reasons for this hair loss and what can we do about it?
I would say, first of all, you started it off just correctly, because I would tell my patients the same thing. Fat and hair are not at the right places where we want it to be. It would just, refuse to be at the right places. So it's not in our hands really. But with hair health, you're meant to be shiny, clean, bouncy, voluminous. What we need to do is first understand that your hair have 3 cycles. There's anagen, catagen and telogen. 80% of our hair are usually in anagen, which is the growth phase. So that is the time of your life when you're in your college and you have those nice bouncy hair, when your hands are actually paining from making those braids and you're like, oh my god, I'm blessed, and we are itching to get that first haircut. But then comes the catagen, which is the resting phase, and then the telogen, the falling phase. So few times our hair grows through that cycle and we have that falling phase come in. So that happens naturally. But if you're losing excessive amount of hair, if you're facing any of the scalp issues, if you have any hormonal distances, that is when you need to treat that. You have to look at that, how much of hair fall are you having? Are your nutritional supplementation okay? So once you're getting your blood check done, make sure that all the vitamins are checked. Even hypothyroidism is one of the major causes of hair fall, because that causes, like the female pattern baldness, yes, your hairline would start receding. So that's one of the major causes. Taking the thyroid medication timely, morning, half an hour before any food is important. And then looking at your B12, D6, hemoglobin, iron studies. That is another blood test that you should be looking at. And post these investigations, only you supplement. I would see my patients who are just blindly taking all the supplements.
Yeah, like they gave us a whole box.
So I would always say, how would you know that you treated something that was going wrong? Still, you might end up taking those supplements and your blood test is fine, but at least make sure that your baseline is done okay. So blood supplements, very important. And then we would come on to rejuvenating your scalp. So staying away from all these kind of chemical treatments which are making noise these days, Brazilian blowout, keratin, they are loaded with formaldehyde. Formaldehyde is not only cancerous, but it is also breaking the bonds of the hair. So it's like a misnomer when they say, oh, we are building up the bonds. You should understand how, what, when. All these smoothing treatments, they're actually breaking the bonds. Just after 2 months of the treatment, the patient would see their hair are crinkly, they are bad, and they would end up going back to the salon or somewhere for more treatments to make that okay. So stop entering that vicious cycle. Invest in rightful treatments, nourish your hair. If you're going for a hair color, go in for a deep conditioning treatment before the hair color. So yes, because you want your hair to be stronger before you go in for such a treatment, so that your hair can absorb the color nicely without getting damaged.
So Geetika, how much hair loss is a normal loss?
So if you're losing strands between 20 to 30 strands in a day, that is fine. But if you're losing more than 80 to 100, I would say that's a signal for you to look at it. And then it becomes a cycle, usually the monsoon time when people are usually seeing. So that is due to the high humidity level also. So
that you should not get scared.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. And what are those warning signs that I know that I should visit a dermatologist?
For hair loss, is it? So dandruff. A lot of people just confuse dandruff with itchiness and dry scalp. Dandruff is actually a fungal infection. You need to treat it. It is making that follicle very weak and hair would fall. And then adding to that, stop oiling your hair if you have dandruff. You know, our moms, our grandmoms tell that oil your hair.
With the lemon.
Yes, but lemon is actually good, but if you do it only for 5 minutes. But if you oil it intensively, that oil is going to sit in the follicle and hold the dandruff, and it will not get cleaned up. So use a nice oil, coconut oil, maybe with lemon juice, or maybe add some camphor to it, and do that 5-minute massage and wash it off. Just don't leave it overnight. So danger signs, dandruff, any itchiness which is persisting, hair falls in clumps. There can be patchy hair fall, that also needs treatment. That can be an autoimmune disorder. And then if you have any hormonal disturbances like thyroid, get your thyroid checked and treated by an endocrinologist. So these are certain things that you need to. And hair breakage in the middle. You know, some people start seeing.
Just snap off.
Yeah, so that means the bond is not very strong. We need to work on the bond.
So what is the one takeaway that our audience should go and say?
I would say, you know, eating healthy is one of the key things. Don't avoid those good fatty foods in winter. Have those nuts, omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids. Make sure you have your green juice with beets because that also improves the blood circulation. Eating good is always in. And make sure you supplement only after your blood test is done. And if you're facing the issue, don't sit at home. Go to the dermatologist. Get the solution before it's too late.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.